like we never left Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is BKFC country, and tonight it's fight night at the historic Kiva Auditorium.
We open tonight here in Albuquerque with a fight in the middleweight division. Bryant McLean versus Roderick Stewart. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Both these guys big for the weight class, and although McLean has that 1-inch height advantage, it's that 4-inch reach advantage that Stewart has. He's going to want to utilize stay long, stay outside, make his opponent pay.
Roderick Stewart told us, I respect Bryant McLean's boxing. I cannot allow McLean to make this a boxing match. I have to make this a bare-knuckle fight. The bell, round number 1. Both fighters, as you see, in black trunks. Blue hand wraps for Bryant McLean. Red hand wraps off the 1-2 for Roderick Stewart. To the inside, there's the left hand. Half-tie plum now snatched by McLean.
You gotta think it's always a good strategy for Stewart to try and get a good punch early. McLean's never had a bare-knuckle fight.
Huge overhand right by Stewart. Now to the body goes McLean. To the inside, there's the overhook. Hit by Bryant McLean. The separation quickly from Andrew Glenn. Forward pressure again. There's the counter, and down goes Bryant McLean.
And there's that difference I was talking about. You've never been hit with a bare knuckle. First time, see how he reacts. McLean is hurt.
Over here. Let me see your hands.
It looks like he's recovered.
1:15 remaining, round number 1. More big swings coming forward from Stewart. Knockdown number 2.
Nope.
That is ruled as a push and a slip by referee Andrew Glenn.
And it's unfortunate because it was a good punch landed, but afterwards the push did happen.
Right back to it.
McLean's got to be very careful right now. He's a little hurt. He might want to try and tie his opponent up. That's where this isn't boxing.
Long jab from Stewart. There's the big overhand right. Left hook. That's knockdown number 2.
And look at the look of pain on McLean. He's trying to get up. I think that's going to be all she wrote.
This fight is over. Win number 1 in BKFC for Roderick Stewart.
Sean, we talk about it all the time. Experience is everything in this sport. You've never been hit with a bare knuckle. That's the difference in that fight. McLean, a very high-level boxer. He got clipped, and that's all she wrote.
Go back to our fighter meeting. We talked about this just before the bell to start this middleweight bout. Roderick Stewart said, I really respect Bryant McLean's boxing. I cannot allow him to make this a boxing match. I have to make this a bare knuckle fight. Indeed he did, Chris.
Landed that overhand right. You see, this is the first knockdown, perfectly placed. This is a fight where if McLean's wearing boxing gloves, that punch does not land. That is the difference. You cannot train this sport like it's a boxing match with no gloves. And just continue to get hit. He got rocked. He got lucky that second knockdown wasn't called because he did push it, but he just couldn't take too many of these shots. That's all she wrote.
Andrew Glenn broke off his count, ended this fight, and that is a victory with emphasis in round number 1 for Roderick Stewart.
But Sean, I mean, it's just a different sport. A lot of people don't understand, they don't respect it until they get in there. Then you go back to the drawing board, you go home, you go, okay, how is this different? Now I see what's different, and you can train different. But until you actually get in there, it might not make sense. I guarantee you if McLean goes back, he dissects his fight a little bit, he'll be much better the next time.
3, 2, 5.
You have to be happy for Stewart coming back after some time off with us. He was very confident in our fighting meeting. He looked very confident in that fight. He just had to wait for the right time, land that hard shot. That's what he did.
Let's go, guys. We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 16 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Roderick Icewater Stewart.
And a great job for Stewart. Looked phenomenal, looked very confident, looked like he is a veteran and looking to do some damage in this weight class.
Great sportsmanship from both McLean and Stewart. Let this celebration begin for Roderick Stewart. Now 2 fights in BKFC, 4 overall in the sport of bare knuckle. And that was Stewart moving to the next level in his bare knuckle game. 2 knockdowns of Bryant McLean, the left hook. Knockdown number 2 to the finish. The winner by way of first round TKO, Roderick Stewart defeats Bryant McLean. To the lightweight division we go. The numbers presented by OnlyFans for Lorenzo Coca versus Ruben Arroyo.
Not going to get too much more even from the tail of the tape. Both guys 5'7", exact same fist size. 1-inch reach advantage, not getting any advantage from the tail and tape.
Ruben Arroyo said when Lorenzo Coca comes forward aggressively, I will meet him with hard, heavy, and clean punches. Both fighters up to scratch. The call of knuckle up from McElroy, round number 1. Fast start off of scratch for Ruben Arroyo. He's in the black and white trunks, solid black trunks for Lorenzo Coca. Forward from Arroyo, now on his back foot. There's the hook jab from Coca. 1-2 off the mark from Arroyo. Both fighters staying on the outside. Early stages of this lightweight fight. There's the jab getting through.
That jab did its damage like it already bothered Arroyo.
Heavy forward pressure now. Separation from Kaloy, right back to it. 1:25 remaining round number 1.
Big problems for Arroyo. That jab did a lot of damage.
Heavy into the clinch. There's the overhook, is held by Coca. Separation again from Kaloy.
I'm guessing Arroyo's going to want to go on the offense here pretty quick. He doesn't want to stay back. He's having trouble seeing.
Now from the underhook, Arroyo to the body. Good refereeing for Mark Kaloy in his BKFC debut, letting this go. Now the separation as the clinch became inactive. On the duck under, you see the full level change from Arroyo. Coca resetting with the naked right hand. Into the clinch again comes Ruben Arroyo.
Arroyo, he needs to create a little bit of space. Those punches are not going to be effective.
From the underhook to push away from Arroyo, right back to it. Both fighters in the center circle. Level change again from Arroyo. Big wind up on the right hand from Coca. Right uppercut getting through.
I really like that sneaky uppercut from Coca.
Heavy into the clinch. Stop. There's left hands, wraparound punches.
Going into the back of the head.
Mark Kaloy telling Arroyo, watch the back of the head.
Arroyo just throwing punches from far angles, opening himself up each time he does so.
Just like that on cue. That was the entry, rear right uppercut. Now a hard right hand from Coca. Final seconds, round number 1. More big shots from Lorenzo Coca. Off the right hand, there's the overhand right from Arroyo. The bell, the end of round number 1. Set for round number 2. We're in the lightweight division. Lorenzo Coca versus Ruben Arroyo. Both fighters in their respective second fight in BKFC. McElroy bringing both fighters back up to scratch. Round number 2. Hands high and tight for Arroyo to start this second round. See, he has swelling under both eyes as he lands the right hand hard on the entry from Arroyo.
Stop.
Overhook. Separation from Kaloy. Kaloy telling Arroyo, listen, stop when I say stop.
That right eye of Arroyo is in some bad shape. He needs to do exactly what he's doing right now and come forward and try to take his opponent out.
There's the right hand again from Arroyo. Arroyo's noticeably turned up the aggression here in round number 2 from what we saw from Ruben Arroyo in round number 1.
You can tell he has a sense of urgency. He's got to go out there and finish his fight quickly. That eye might swell shut.
80 seconds remaining in the second round. The mouse is now popped under Arroyo's left eye, blood flowing freely.
Beautiful job by Coca. He waited for his opponent to throw that right hand and delayed reaction.
Delay. Arroyo takes the knee willingly. Here's the mandatory 8 count now from Kaloy. Mouthpiece out. Up at 8 is Ruben Arroyo. Mouthpiece right back in, right back to it.
Arroyo is in bad trouble. Referee better watch his. Might get hurt.
Coca swinging hard, long hooks.
It's just straight right hands, and that left hand counter is coming from Coca again. That's what did the damage the first time.
Coca on the right hand. There's the duck under into the clinch. Short right hand from Arroyo. Separation again from Mark Kaloy. 35 seconds remaining round 2.
And if you're Coca, you got to wait for that right hand, step back, throw the left hook again.
Then heavy into the clinch, driving pressure from Ruben Arroyo.
Knuckle up.
Coca might want to close his mouth. He's got that mouthpiece wide open.
Naked right hand on the entry from Coca. Chest to chest once more, initiated by Ruben Arroyo. Just heard the 10-second clap. Acknowledged as such by Mark Kaloy. There's the left hand now from Coca. Almost a side headlock position from Arroyo. Next up, round 3. Mark Kaloy, who was the referee for Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul in Dallas, Texas last November, has refereed 27 major organization pro boxing world title fights. This is his BKFC refereeing debut. He's been outstanding through the opening 2 rounds. As the depth continues to come forward in all divisions, male and female in BKFC. So does it with the referees. And on cue, there's the referee, McElroy, ending this fight. Retirement in the corner of Ruben Arroyo, and the win for Lorenzo Coca.
And you can see the elation on Coca. Trained hard for this fight, was ready, learned a lot in his first fight, and it showed in the second. Staying very relaxed, waited for his opportunities, had a good, beautiful counter left hand that did a lot of damage in this fight.
So we'll go down officially as a TKO, 2 minutes of round number 2. Ruben Arroyo definitely had his moments. Great respect between Coca and Arroyo. But Arroyo not coming up to scratch to start round number 3 and win number 1 in BKFC for Lorenzo Coca.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of our ringside physician, our referee in charge, McElroy, calls a stop to this fight at the conclusion of round number 2. For your winner, by TKO, Lorenzo, the Disciple Coca.
And a much more relaxed, confident Coca in this fight. It showed he looked really good, had the ability to counter and control the ring.
Ruben Arroyo showing his toughness. The mouse pop under the left eye, pulling himself off of the canvas. But Lorenzo Coca was simply on point. Left hooks, overhand rights to the finish. The winner, by way of second round TKO due to physician stoppage, Lorenzo Coca defeats Ruben Arroyo. In the light heavyweight division, Kyle McElroy versus Jay Jackson. Our tale of the tape is presented by Blackout Coffee.
And McElroy's 6'3" to Jay Jackson's 5'11", but it's only a 1-inch reach advantage for McElroy, which to me is the most important part of that.
We'll give Kyle McElroy quote of the week from our 22 fighter meetings. He said, "A chaotic fight favors Jay Jackson, a calm fight favors me." The bell, round number 1. Black and red trunks for Kyle McElroy. Solid red trunks for Jay Jackson. Jackson trying to step in with the left hand, pull it back mid-flight. There's the big right hand, a right hand again. McElroy circling out. Big swings from Jackson on the inside. McElroy tried to counter with his back against the ropes on that left hook.
I feel like you can tell Jay Jackson really took offense to that slap during the weigh-ins. He's coming to do damage.
Short right hand on the turn from McElroy. Jackson on the hook. McElroy step in right hand, that was clever. Threw it naked with his hands low. Left hook, big right hand on the entry now from Jackson. On the underhook, overhook as well from McElroy.
Stop, no punch.
There's the separation from referee Sid Ware.
Knuckle up.
Call of knuckle up from Ware, right back to it. 70 seconds remaining, round 1. On the left hand.
Jay Jackson has continued to land that step-in left hook. It's because McElroy's right hand is so low.
Swing and a miss. Jackson taking himself off balance.
I'm surprised Jay Jackson isn't coming in with the jab, double jab right hand.
Boy, there's that naked right hand again. Now 40 seconds remaining, round number 1. We're in the light heavyweight division. Head movement from Jackson, throwing the left hand on the pivot from Jay Jackson. Swing and a miss again from Jackson.
Every time Jackson's throwing that, he's getting himself off balance. He's to try and pull that back just a little bit. Try and throw it, but not overthrow it.
It was a good pull from Kyle McElroy. McElroy now off the jab. McElroy coming forward into the mid-range. Just off from McElroy. Jackson thought about throwing the left hand. Short, clever left hand from McElroy in reply. Swing and a miss again, and once more Jackson taking himself badly off balance. We are through the opening round.
Oh, powerful shots landed by Jay Jackson. Those were some nasty sounding punches.
Sid Ware starts round number 2. Forward pressure to start the second round from Kyle McElroy off the jab.
Look at the confidence from McElroy. He's had the head so low.
That is by design for McElroy. Check left hook from Jackson, didn't fully land. Jackson now forward again. There's the overhook snatched by McElroy.
Jay Jackson doing exactly what Elvin Bill told him. Keep pushing your opponent backwards.
Good refereeing from Sid Ware, keeping this light heavyweight fight moving. Movement once more from Jackson on the outside. Simultaneous jabs.
Jay Jackson keeps throwing these left hands upstairs. I like to see him move those to the body. It's easy to get your head out of the way. You can't move the body.
Jackson once more taking himself off balance, this time off the jab. Big swing, there's the counter to the body from Jackson. McElroy now, hands low, chin out, posture and playing now towards Jay Jackson.
Jay's having real trouble finding this distance. Solve his problem.
Good pull again from McElroy. Jackson tried to find that naked straight right. This is the most elusive, Chris, that we've seen Kyle McElroy now in this his 7th BKFC bout.
You can just see his eyes are really seeing everything very well. He's pulling back just enough to get out of the way.
Left hook off the mark from McElroy. He resets. Jackson trying to come forward. Jackson to the inside right hand.
And Jackson's still headhunting. I'd like to see him go to the body when he gets inside.
Getting late here in round number 2. 30 seconds remaining in the second round. One jab from McElroy didn't fully land. Jackson heavy on his back foot. Both fighters throwing left hooks. Now they're fully landing. McElroy again to the inside. Stub left hand, another left hand from Jackson. Straight right hand. Better sequence from Jackson. Jackson now coming forward. Jackson to the inside on the left hand, right hand, left hand. Big shots now. There's the turnout from McElroy. We are through 2 rounds. Round number 3 underway. Jackson pulling himself backwards off from scratch. Forward pressure from McElroy off from scratch to start round 3. There's the jab from Jay Jackson. McElroy, you see, trying to catch and parry the jab. One jab again off the mark from Jay Jackson. Swing and a miss. Tuck under on the left hook from Jackson. Well eluded by Kyle McElroy.
And that's when Jay Jackson does best, that step-in jab. When he really steps in and tries to land with power, he does better.
Both fighters continuing to try to time lead left hooks. Throwing check left hooks and full left hooks just like that. And again, Jay Jackson taking himself off balance, resetting. Pace is slowed down considerably here in round 3. And just like that, the right hand as the pace speeds up for Jay Jackson. McElroy off the canvas, taking the mandatory 8 from Sid Ware.
McElroy doesn't appear to be very hurt from that. It's like he just knocked him off balance. Let's see if Jay Jackson tries to finish this fight.
Much more measured pace here, Chris, in round 3 than we saw in rounds 1 and 2. And ironic, because McElroy talked about a measured pace, a calm pace he felt really favored him. Big left hand again from Jay Jackson.
It landed well, man, I'm impressed.
Now with the right hand, left hand. Jackson now opening up, big shots, knockdown number 2.
Good flurry by Jay Jackson. He had him hurt, he knew it, he jumped all over him. If Jackson would go to the body in that exchange, I think he would pay dividends. And that's a nasty cut. Let's see if Jay tries to go for it once again.
Deep in the left cross, Kyle McElroy. Final seconds, round number 3. A big second round for Jay Jackson, recording 2 knockdowns of Kyle McElroy. Big right hand. Next stop, round 4.
Huge round for Jay Jackson. Jay Jackson could just tee off, and that's exactly what he did. It's important to understand when you're in danger, when you're not. If a guy's covering up in that manner, you feel like, okay, I can do anything I want. If you have a guy who's cocked and ready to load it, ready to throw that punch back, you have to step out to the side, angle out, or you're going to get caught.
This is going to be a medical timeout as called by referee Sid Ware. Kyle McElroy. Dr. Don Muzzi, Chief Medical Officer of BKFC, working with the New Mexico Commission physicians, and this fight is over. Stopped on that nasty cut, and victory for Jay Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of our ringside physician, our referee in charge of the action, Sid Ware, calls a stop to the fight at the conclusion of round number 3. For your winner by TKO, Jay Action Jackson.
Big win for Jay Jackson. He just keeps getting better. A constant professional. Loving watching him just continue to get better in this sport.
Jay Jackson told us that he was focused on being more poised than ever before in this his 8th bout in BKFC. Jackson had big swings, big misses through rounds 1 and 2. The poise, though, started to show through in round number 3. 2 knockdowns of Kyle McElroy to the finish. And the finish coming due to physician stoppage between rounds 3 and 4. Kyle McElroy had his moments. Jay Jackson, though, turned up the pressure. A strong 2 knockdown round 3, and then the physician stoppage to the end. The winner, by way of 3rd round TKO, Jay Jackson defeats Kyle McElroy. In the flyweight division, Zay Garcia versus Justin Martinez. Our tale of the tape is presented by Rockstar.
Sean, both guys 5'4", but it's that 5-inch reach advantage that Garcia has that I really like. He wants to stay long, make Martinez really pay for trying to close that gap to get inside.
2 very fast 125ers. The bell, round number 1. Black trunks for Zay Garcia, pink trunks for Justin Martinez. Right hand, big swings from Martinez. Big hooks again from Martinez. Counter left hook from Garcia. See the head movement, the upper body movement of Garcia on the outside. To the inside left hand. Big hooks, but off the back hook. Off the back foot are the hooks from Martinez.
You can see Martinez throwing everything into these punches.
Garcia on the front foot. From the outside, looking to explode in. See the deep bended stance for Zay Garcia.
Zay Garcia continues to throw that left hand lead. I think he sees something that he likes.
Step in with the right hand, left hand off the mark. Left hook, big swings again.
Like I said, Martinez throwing everything with these punches, throwing himself off balance. But I mean, when he lands, they do a lot of damage, but he's got to be careful not to gas himself out. That really tires you out throwing those punches.
More head movement from Zay Garcia on the outside. There's the left hand getting through. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1. Right hand again, hard to the body goes Garcia. Overhand right, left hand, pulled back mid-flight from Martinez. Right hand, left hook, and that drops Zay Garcia.
Listen, every time he's throwing punches or bad intentions, he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. They're going to stop this fight.
Here's the mandatory 8 count, given to Garcia from Caloi.
Garcia might want to grab his opponent right now. No!
There is the stagger from Garcia, and there is win number 2 in BKFC for Justin Martinez.
And I thought Garcia was looking very good in that fight. He just got caught with him. And that's all you need in bare knuckle. That's all she wrote. I really felt like if that fight kept going, he was going to have a great chance. I felt like as Martinez was throwing these power shots, if he gets tired, that's going to be a different story. But, and here's that exchange. Look at these wild shots being thrown, but they're powerful shots. All it takes is one, and you can see he landed that one.
You see Zay Garcia, Chris, he's up immediately, and you see the stagger.
That's the problem. He should have stayed on the canvas a few more seconds, got his wits, stay there and wait for the right time. That wasn't even a clean shot, but it did damage. Once Garcia jumped up immediately, I'm fine, I'm trying to prove it, no. And then the referee was gonna let it go, he turned around and stumbled away.
Excellent refereeing from Mark Caloi, seeing the stagger of Zay Garcia, who was up at 1 on the mandatory 8, but did not have his balance, and that's an excellent performance for Justin Martinez. Now 2 straight wins for Martinez in BKFC, both coming here in 2025. Justin Martinez, big swings, big connections to the first round finish. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Mark Caloi, calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 40 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Justin Martinez.
division, William Albrecht versus Brett Fields. The numbers presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And Sean, Albrecht with a 3-inch height advantage, but it's that 8-inch reach advantage that really has to be the difference. He wants to stay long, stay outside, make Fields pay for trying to get close to land those power shots.
William Albrecht told us, I cannot get pulled into a brawl. I will keep framing against the forward pressure of Brett Fields. Round number 1. Navy blue trunks for William Albrecht. Bright blue trunks for Brett Fields. Fields immediately to the inside. Exactly where he wants to be. And there's this separation with some difficulty from Andrew Glenn. Glenn soft warning to Fields, now telling him, listen when I say break. Hard entry again from Fields.
And Fields is telegraphing that right hand is going to get countered.
There's the right hand. Now coming forward from range, Albrecht. Right hand perhaps looked low from Fields. No complaint from Albrecht. More difficulty in the separation from Andrew Glenn.
Andy Glenn's having trouble getting these two guys on break.
Glenn now telling Albrecht, listen to me, and telling the same thing once more to Fields.
Look at that look in Fields' face right now. He's not even listening to the referee.
Right back to it.
Albrecht needs to utilize that jab once again. That nice long, just like he did.
Swing and a miss. Albrecht now to the inside, to the canvas. Goes Brett Fields. And that's ruled as a knockdown by Andrew Glenn.
Albrecht needs to calm down just a little bit. Land some clean shots. Fields is telegraphing his punches.
Blood coming from both of Fields' nostrils. Albrecht, high, tight striking guard from the center circle.
Just got to be careful not to get by one of those wild shots from Fields.
Right hand knockdown number 2. Mandatory 8 count again from Andrew Glenn. This fight is over, and victory in round number 1 for William Albrecht.
So composed, so smooth. Looked very good in this fight, did Albrecht. You can just see that experience. He talked about having that high fight IQ. He showed it in this fight, Sean. Just methodically took his opponent apart. And Fields is a powerful individual. You have to be very careful. You can be winning the fight, and just with 1 second, one punch, that can totally change the outcome.
These are 2 of the heaviest hitters at 185 across the BKFC roster.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 35 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, William Wild Bill. Let's go! Albrecht.
All right, Wild Bill, bring it in, man. What a performance. Talk about a little bit of a redemption story, man. Last time we saw you was Sturgis. Absolutely did not go your way, but you rebounded with a very incredible finish here. Let's talk about that, man. You came out here on a mission. You were a man possessed tonight. That has to feel amazing.
Thank you. I worked hard for this. I want to thank God first and foremost, my family, my business partner. It's time to get to work, make some money.
Well, and that's what I want to ask you, man. Not just what's next, but what do you have in store for this company, man? You know, obviously, maybe a little bit long in the tooth, but I have a feeling you want to get some really good fights in, man.
I'll do whatever comes my way. I love it. Yes, sir.
I love that attitude. Incredible. Let's make some noise, Albuquerque.
Albuquerque!
Wild Bill Albrecht.
And Albrecht, just a great fighter in all aspects of combative aspects, but I mean, this guy, you can really tell he's taking bare knuckle. He's making this a sport he wants to continue in. He's dedicating everything to it, and it shows.
Heavy punches from both men in this light heavyweight fight. William Albrecht versus Brett Fields. A stunning right hand. Face down on the canvas, and that's the game, set, match moment. The winner, by way of first round technical knockout, William Albrecht defeats Brett Fields. This is intriguing at 205 pounds. Kilimetov versus Lamont Stafford. You see the numbers, they are presented by OnlyFans.
These guys very big for this weight class, 6'3" to 6'6", but it's that 80-inch wingspan that Stafford possesses. He wants to utilize that stay long, stay outside, make his opponent pay.
Kilimetov said, I will absolutely not brawl in this fight, but what I will do is be very smart. Round number 1. Black and red trunks for the Russian, Kilimetov. Red and black trunks for the Oklahoman, Lamont Stafford.
Just good footwork shown by Marat already. Backing up, staying out of range.
Stepping in with the left hand is Stafford. Stafford to the inside, big left hand, overhand left. Big swings, there's the counter left, and the right hand on the uppercut from Kilimetov. Both fighters swinging, big right hand from Stafford. Left hook from Kilimetov, and that drops Lamont Stafford.
There's that accuracy we were talking about earlier. Marat has it, he wants to show it. Right now he's going to come right for this knockout, I'm betting.
Mandatory 8 count from Joe Coca to Lamont Stafford. Good refereeing from Coca. Kilimetov a bit too keen, standing very close. Now on the restart. Hard left hand knockdown number 2.
They're going to have to take a very serious look at this.
Kilimetov too keen. That's getting the long count. It does not matter. Win number 2 and 2 fights for the Russian Kilimetov.
And Kilimetov with that footwork, with that accuracy, I don't see how you don't put him right as a contender right now. This guy is everything we thought he could be shown. He's a problem for a lot of these fighters. We just need to get him more fights, I believe. Really want to see this guy continue to progress because, man, he has all the tools to be fantastic at this sport. Look at the pressure he's applying. He comes forward. This is everything we asked for. Fast, accurate hands, good footwork. And the one is to come in and trade the entire time.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Joe Coca, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute, 1 second into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Murat Kilimetov.
And Kilimetov, he might be a new generation of fighters that we're going to have to deal with. I know it's only been a couple fights, but he's shown everything that he can be a real danger in this sport for us.
Kilimetov, extremely soft-spoken, prides himself above all as a very intelligent fighter. The intelligence was on display, but so too was that devastating power. 61 seconds to the finish. The winner by way of first-round TKO, Murat Kilimetov defeats Lamont Stafford. Bantamweights for you now. Our tale of the tape is presented by Fubo TV for Derek Perez versus Mike Livingston.
Perez with that 5-inch height advantage, but also the 3-inch reach advantage. He wants to make Mike Livingston throw those powerful shots from far outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the Bantamweight division. Presented to you by Fubo TV. Watch live sports and TV without cable, including BKFC on Fubo TV. Start your 7-day free trial today at FuboTV.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, an even 136 pounds. Tonight he steps into the ring ready for bare knuckle fight number 4. Fighting out of South St. Louis, Missouri, here is Savage Mike Livingston. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue and silver. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, an identical 136 pounds even. Tonight he toes the line ready for bare knuckle fight number 7. Fighting out of Belen, New Mexico, here is Derek Raged Perez. And our referee in charge of the action, Sid Ware.
Mike Livingston told us clean punches and very smart exits throughout.
Ready? Knuckle up!
Oh, knuckle up from referee Sid Ware. Round number 1. Blue trunks for Derek Perez, black trunks for Mike Livingston. Very wide stance for Livingston. On the back foot, on the front foot, landing the left hook is Derek Perez. Big to the body goes Mike Livingston. Hard shots from Livingston. Livingston to the head. Perez now trying to initiate the clinch. Almost a side headlock position by Livingston. Fight on from referee Sid Ware. Now the separation from Ware.
Knuckle up!
Livingston keeping himself on the outer edges of the BKFC ring.
Livingston getting very low, looking to explode in with those powerful shots.
Perez cutting the distance to the mid-range, overhand right. Big shot on the inside. Hard on the overhook, Derek Perez. Half-time plum now snatched by Mike Livingston. Almost a face wash from Derek Perez. Perez back to the body, right hand to the head. On the underhook, overhand right now from Derek Perez. Big right hand right back from Mike Livingston. Back and forth we go here in round 1.
But this pace really favors Perez. He tends to get in and wear people down, push him around, wearing them out with that pace.
Swing and a miss from Livingston. He has a spear of blood across his face. Good framing from Perez. Now left uppercuts from the half-time plum. Big shots, right hand to the body. There is the knockdown recorded by Derek Perez. Here's the mandatory 8 count given to Livingston by Sid Ware.
And Livingston's face is already a mess, but he's a game fighter. He's coming to fight.
Off the canvas. Closing stages here in round number 1. 20 seconds remaining in this opening round. Big swing and a miss from Livingston. On the turn, hard shots to the body. Right uppercuts. Beautiful uppercut again. Knockdown number 2.
And Livingston has got to quit getting where he cannot see his opponent. He's looking away. He's going to get knocked down every time.
The count of 10 reached, and the win for Derek Perez.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Sid Ware, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 58 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Derek Rage Perez.
Blackout Coffee brings you the numbers for this bout in the featherweight division. Eric Dodson versus Van Vo.
Van Vo enjoying a 3-inch height advantage, but also a 4-inch reach advantage. He's going to utilize that because he knows Dodson likes to get inside and land a flurry of combinations. He's got to make him pay for trying to get close.
Eric Dodson said, I have to be aware of Van Vo's check hooks, and I have to keep landing smart counters. Round number 1. Fast start off from scratch for Eric Dodson. He's in the black trunks. Multicolored trunks for Van Vo. Sit on the right hand.
Well, these guys are throwing power.
On the jab against the ring ropes goes Van Vo, and that's ruled as a knockdown by Andrew Glenn.
That was because those ropes kept him up. A good call by Andy Glenn.
No protestation from Van Vo as he takes the mandatory 8 count standing. Called knuckle up from Glenn, right back to it. See the feint from Vo. Vo on the right hand. Step in again with the 1-2. There's the counter right hand from Vo. We're in 1 knockdown apiece.
Oh, look at that smile. I thought he was out for a second. Eric Dodson got leveled, but he smiled. That's a warrior. Oh, he's still hurt. Van Vo might want to come right after him and finish him off immediately.
Vo on the right hand. And that is ruled as a slip by
No, it's not. It's ruled a knockdown.
Protestation from Van Vo.
3 knockdowns so far. And I don't care. Dodson is still a little hurt. He's more hurt right now than Van Vo.
2-1 on the knockdown count here in round number 1 in favor of Eric Dodson. 40 seconds remaining in the first round.
2-2.
Make it 2-2.
I still think Dodson is still a little more hurt than Van Vo is at this point. He's got to be careful. He might want to grab his opponent.
Let me see your hands. Walk to me.
You saw the double thumbs up from Eric Dodson, the assessment from Glenn. The spear of blood on his face. The 3rd knockdown recorded of Dodson by Van Vo here in round number 1.
So this is a rare 5 knockdown in 1 round. We haven't seen too many of those.
Over here. Let me see your hands.
10-second clock.
10 seconds.
Final second seconds, round number 1. A 5 knockdown round. 3-2 in favor of Van Vo. Next up, round 2.
I was so excited for this fight, Sean. I thought this was going to be the fight of the night. So far, man, when you're right, you're right. And here's the first one. Van Vo gets hit and knocked backwards. And Sean, we've talked about that before. If the ropes keep you up, that is a knockdown. And this is Dodson getting laid out. Looked like he was done, but then he smiles and gets up.
I knew if the fighters gave it back to me that I probably messed it up on a knockdown. Vo said nothing on the first knockdown. He said something to Andrew Glenn on the second knockdown.
Once again.
Knockdowns apiece, and we are. Ruled as a knockdown again, just like the first knockdown of this fight. Andrew Glenn saying that the ring ropes kept Van Vo from falling. Wow.
I mean, this fight is all over the place.
Big exhale in the center circle from Eric Dodson.
So I don't care how many knockdowns there are. These guys are just warriors coming to fight.
On this step-in left hand. Big right hand from Dodson. That draws a smile, ironically, on the face of Vo. Vo swinging and miss. Dodson straight punches on the counter. Make it 4-3 on the knockdown count in favor of Van Vo.
These guys are still banging, ready to get up.
7, 8. Let me see your hands. Step over here.
But even though that was a knockdown, I don't think Dodson is as hurt as he was earlier in this fight.
50 seconds remaining, round number 2. Back and forth we go. Big right hand from Eric Dodson on the counter punch. That's ruled as a slip by Andrew Glenn. Vo now coming forward off of the slip. Dodson now on his back foot from his front foot.
It's whoever's able to get off first seems like they're the one who's leading this dance. They're the one winning.
On the right hand. Vo wiping the smear of blood away from his right eye. Dodson coming in on the counter from Van Vo. Counter right hand, now a straight right hand on the left hand. The counter again, and that is ruled as a knockdown. The 5th recorded by Vo in this fight.
Sean, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody get knocked down 5 times and still look as good as Dodson does right now. He doesn't really appear to be that hurt.
We just heard the 10-second clap. This is an 8 knockdown fight. We will fight on. Next stop, round 3. Confirmation, round number 3 is upon us. 5 knockdowns in round number 1, 3-2 in favor of Van Vo. 3 knockdowns in round 2, 2-1 in favor of Van Vo. Medical timeout called by referee Andrew Glenn. Here is the assessment of Van Vo, led by the Chief Medical Officer of BKFC, Dr. Don Mootsie. Double thumbs up from Andrew Glenn. Both fighters up to scratch, 3 feet apart. Round number 3 underway.
Let's see if that causes a sense of urgency for Van Vo, knowing that they're looking at that cut.
Slip step from Eric Dodson to the outside. Vo feinting on the jab. Overhand right, counter left hand. Straight right hand, big shots on the inside. There's the standing finish and a remarkable victory and a remarkable fight for Eric Dodson.
And Sean, we talk about guys getting up off the canvas to win. I've never seen a guy get off just 5 knockdowns to win. That's got to be a new record for us. That's what I love about this sport. That's why you don't stop it. When you have a 3 knockdown in 1 round, that right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn, steps in, calling a stop to the fight at 17 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by TKO, Eric Buggy Dodson.
Our tale of the tape is presented by Russia for Felipe Chavez versus Derek Findley.
And Sean, this is intriguing. Even though Chavez has a 4-inch height advantage, it's a 2-inch reach disadvantage. I really favor Findley with that. You can get in there, you can throw those overhands, you can land on the chin of the taller fighter.
Derek Findley told us, I will continually target the body of Felipe Chavez, hooks, uppercuts, and jabs.
Knuckle up!
The bell, round number 1. Black and white trunks for Felipe Chavez. Black and gold trunks for Derek Findley. The fighters showing their poise. Measured start, there's a big right hand from Chavez. Immediately to the inside after taking that right hand, Findley. Bring the cable grip up down the side, headlock from Chavez. Fight off from referee Sid Ware. On the other from Chavez, driving pressure. There's the separation from Ware. Check hook to come forward for Chavez. True to his word, as he told us in our fighter meeting, exploding in, right back out. Findlay, you see his right hand open, left hook. Chavez cut under his right eye, big left hand. Guillotine position, a little bit of a squeeze from Chavez. Separation from Sid Ware.
Like Findlay about did the double leg. He didn't like that guillotine choke.
Findlay, rangefinder jab, flick jab from Chavez. Overhand right, swing and a miss. Good elusiveness from Findlay on the duck under. Heavy into the clinch. There's the cable grip from Chavez that does not get the separation from Sid Ware.
You see just the power from Findlay. I haven't seen him land a clean punch, but those little inside punches might have caused that cut.
Chavez very heavy in that clinch. On the restart from Ware. Both fighters back to the center circle. 35 seconds remaining, round 1. Swing and a miss once more from Chavez. He's continuing to load up on his power punches. Tentative jab from Findlay. Really a rangefinder. There's the 2-1 from Chavez. That was clever. Findlay from the clinch, right hand. Chavez, Chris, being very physical, very heavy on the inside. Separation again from Ware.
But it appears that Findlay's just laying back and letting his opponent use that energy.
Final seconds, round number 1. Swing and a miss from Findlay, taking himself off balance. Chavez to the inside right hand just before the bell that ends the first round. Round number 2. Findlay by design, taking himself off from scratch backwards. See, the right hand continues to stay open for Findlay, looking to catch and return.
He's looking to counter, he's looking to parry those shots.
Chavez off the hook jab. That was clever, almost a bolo punch with the right hand from Chavez.
Chavez just tried to manhandle Findlay, push him around.
Again, Chavez has had 10 pro MMA bouts, none for Derek Findlay. A jab again from Chavez. Swing and a miss from Findlay on the duck under. To the inside, you see the underhook and driving pressure once more for Chavez. Heavy along the ropes. Sid Ware being put to work in our feature fight at 165 pounds. The jab of Derek Findlay. 55 seconds remaining, round 2. Feint from Chavez. Overhand right, duck under again from Findlay. Findlay trying to stay heavy now on the head of Felipe Chavez, left to the body. A little disquiet from this Albuquerque crowd. A very pro Felipe Chavez crowd. A jab once more from Chavez.
Findlay just does such a good job of blocking those jabs. Doesn't look rattled at all.
Came from Chavez. Swing and a miss from Findlay, but then lands with the right hook to the body. They're telling Findlay, watch the low blow. Now that's ruled as a low blow, an exceedingly rare blow in BKFC is ruled by Sid Ware. It was the right hook to the body from Findlay.
See the replay. Yeah, looked a little low. Doesn't look intentional. Findlay was just ducked down underneath that post and tried to throw right hand to the body.
Great replay from our producer, director extraordinaire, and our A+ crew, Jonathan Evans and company. Low blow. Just a warning is issued to Derek Findlay from Sid Ware. Ruled unintentional. No histrionics from Chavez. We fight on. Time in. Final seconds, round 2 now. Big left hands from Derek Findlay. Clean on the knockdown. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Here comes the count from Ware.
Chavez is hurt. I don't think he's getting up. Nope.
The count of 10. 3 straight wins with emphasis in BKFC for Derek Findlay.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Sid Ware, calls a stop to this fight after reaching the count of 10 at 1 minute 59 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by KO, Derek Superman Findley.
Our co-main event of the evening at 185 pounds, Donald Sanchez versus Harrison Aiken. Our tale of the tape is presented by OnlyFans.
And here once again, Aiken 2 inches shorter, however, a 2-inch reach advantage. Not that big of a difference for guys at this weight class. Should be a great fight, though.
Donald Sanchez told us, I know Harrison Aiken is an aggressive fighter. I cannot allow him to dictate the tempo, dictate the pressure. Round number 1, fast start off the scratch for Harrison Aiken. And the counter, and there is the knockdown on the right hand from Donald Sanchez.
The first punch thrown and landed for Sanchez.
Mandatory 8 count given to Aiken by Joe Coca. Right back to it. We'll see how hard now Sanchez goes for the quick finish. Sanchez staying methodical, taking himself backwards, now forward. Aiken resetting in the center circle.
Aiken already changed in that stance. He talked about coming out and fight right-handed. He didn't like what he felt.
On the right hand. Aiken resetting. Straight right hand again. Right hand knockdown number 2.
He still looks hurt. His feet are not all the way underneath him. Is Aiken. He's got to be very careful at this point. He better grab his opponent and not let go.
Ready? Look, look.
Because Sanchez is coming for the knockout right now. You can really tell.
Sanchez on the level change, double right hand. 60 seconds remaining, round number 1. Double right hand again. Swelling under the left eye of Harrison Aiken. Right hook. Aiken down twice here in round number 1. Still very much in this co-main. Forward pressure though from Donald Sanchez, right hand. Aiken looking to counter, couldn't find the left hook. Switch step from Harrison Aiken. Staying in southpaw. Right hook.
Aiken's starting to get his legs back underneath him. Starting to move a little bit better.
See the hand fighting. Ortho of Sanchez. Southpaw of Aiken. Explosion in again from Donald Sanchez. Late here in round number 1. There's the 10-second clap. Big opening round for Donald Sanchez, recording 2 knockdowns of Harrison Aiken. On the right hand again from Sanchez. The bell. We're through the opening round. Sporting touch of hands. Both fighters up to scratch. Both fighters very keen. Up to scratch actually before the 10-second whistle for seconds out. The seconds were long out. The fighters in the center circle up to scratch, round number 2 underway. Donald Sanchez 3-1 in BKFC. Harrison Aiken 1-0 in BKFC. The right hand explosion again from Donald Sanchez.
You can just see every time Sanchez lands, he knocks his opponent back, does damage.
2 very powerful punchers at 185. Left hand. Aiken twice on the canvas. Throwing big here early stages of round number 2.
He knows he has to do something meaningful to get himself back into this fight.
Sanchez staying measured. Left hand landing on the chest. Long jab from Aiken. Aiken feigning. Aiken on the 1-2. Explosion in again. Counter overhand right from Aiken.
Every time Sanchez is trying to come in, Aiken looking to counter with power shots.
Chris, to this point in the fight, Donald Sanchez has really timed his explosive entries well.
He has, but I mean, he's got to be very careful because Aiken is really looking to land a powerful shot.
Here's the right hand. 40 seconds remaining, round 2. Right hand again from Donald Sanchez. Aiken on the exhale, resetting. There's the naked 2 from southpaw. Smear of blood across the nose of Donald Sanchez, left side of his face. See deeper swelling under the left eye of Harrison Aiken. Switch step from Aiken. And this is the footwork one would use to throw a Superman punch and switch kick. Right hook lands from Sanchez. Next up, round 3. Knuckle up, the call from referee Joe Coca. Round 3 underway. Great pressure from Harrison Aiken. You see measuring now in ortho. Right back to southpaw in the switch stance.
Really trying to throw his opponent off as he's continuing to give him different looks.
See the pairing, the slap downs from Donald Sanchez. Sanchez, right hook, shovel right hook just off the mark. Fake step from Donald Sanchez. Left hand. That was effective from Aiken. Turned over that left hand. A duck under the roll through from Sanchez. Fast round number 1, in which Donald Sanchez recorded 2 knockdowns of Harrison Aiken. Chris, this fight has moved now to a much more methodical tempo.
And Aiken really starting to find his range. Looks like he's starting to do a little bit better this round.
Front jab from Aiken, not there. Sanchez forward, backs off from mid-range. Straight left hand from Aiken.
He's landed that a few times. If he can step outside that lead foot, that could be an effective punch.
35 seconds remaining, round 3. Double right hand from Sanchez. Rare clinch in this fight. Neither fighter throwing a punch. Good refereeing from Joe Coca, right back to it on the restart. It's almost a backhand from Aiken, but that's a legal punch. Skirting the line. It's a real flick jab.
And Aiken keeping that right hand very low from time to time, really enticing his opponent to come in so he can throw that straight left.
Entangling his feet. We fight on into the clinch, right hand. Entanglement again. On the right hand, the bell. We're through 3 rounds.
So Joe Elmore's a great hype man. You know, he gets me excited.
Round number 4. Immediately forward off of scratch comes Donald Sanchez, the explosive entry from Harrison Aiken. Left up jab, there. Credit to Harrison Aiken, dropped twice by Donald Sanchez in round number 1, but he's really found his composure.
So difficult to deal with. Dealing with that score difference, if you're getting knocked down twice in the first round, you really have to make something happen.
Credit to Donald Sanchez, an outstanding round number 1. He has never rushed. He has stayed methodical. There's a hard left hand. There's that naked 2 from southpaw again from Harrison Aiken. He is finding that punch. There's the up jab, not there. Heavy into the clinch, double overs from Sanchez. Gets the separation from Joe Coca. 65 seconds remaining, round 4. Long jab again from Aiken. Aiken talked to us a lot about fighting ortho, but predominantly he has been in southpaw. And again, he's a naturally right-handed fighter.
He was adamant talking about that right-handed stance. He thought it was going to be a big difference, but I think he feels way more comfortable with the southpaw. He's been more effective at it.
Short shovel right hand from Sanchez. 40 seconds remaining, round 4. See the hand fighting. To the body goes Sanchez, to the body right back from Aiken. There's that punch again. It's that naked 2 from southpaw. Starting the land from Harrison Aiken. Duck under from Donald Sanchez. Hard entry, left hand. Big shot, knockdown number 3.
Sean, if there was any chance of getting a decision, that's gone now. I mean, Aiken has got to get some knockdowns if he wants to have a chance to win this fight.
This is a cool-as-you-like performance from Donald Sanchez through 4 rounds as we move to the 5th and final round. Confirmation from our colleague Brian Sosha, 5th and final round. The first 5th round of the night, indeed. Through the 10 previous bouts on this stacked card here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, BKFC Fight Night, we hadn't even seen a fourth round until this co-main. Donald Sanchez recording 2 knockdowns of Harrison Aiken in round number 1, a knockdown of Aiken in round number 4.
That bothered the eye. He must have got, it was something he didn't like. Sanchez's right eye is a problem.
We'll see if Aiken now really senses the urgency. Conversation between the fighters. Great sportsmanship from Aiken, saying, sorry if I caught you in the eye. Great sportsmanship from Sanchez, not asking for time.
Sanchez is having all those fights, a high fight IQ, understands how to fight even if he can't use that right eye.
1:10 remaining, round 5. On the jab from Aiken. Aiken pulling back that left hand mid-flight. Shovel hook to the body from Sanchez, pulled back mid-flight. Aiken feigning on the jab. There's that hard, effective step in. Sanchez has done that beautifully throughout this fight, timing the entries off of the right hand. Swing and a miss from Aiken. Sanchez has been measured, he's been methodical, and he has been opportunistic. Overhand left. He fired on the right hand. On the roll through. Aiken on the flick jab. Jab again from Harrison Aiken. Sanchez forward with 20 seconds remaining in our co-main. 5th and final round. Sanchez on the pole.
Just a great jab for Sanchez, just outside his opponent's reach.
Into the clinch initiated by Harrison Aiken. On the over-under, separation from Joe Coca. The bell, and that's the end of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these 2 warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Esther Lopez, 49-43. Joel Perez, 48-44. And Jessica Romero, 49-43. To the winner, by unanimous decision, Albuquerque's favorite son, Donald Sanchez.
In the bantamweight division, Keith Richardson versus Bekhzod Usmonov.
So not that much of a difference here. 5'6" to 5'7". There is a slight 2.5 inch reach advantage for Richardson. He's going to want to utilize to try and make his opponent pay for trying to get in. That's about it from the tail of the tape.
Keith Richardson said, I know that Bekhzod Usmonov will definitely engage. I have to be aware of his hard counter hooks. Andrew Glenn bringing both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. Green trunks for Keith Richardson, blue trunks for Bekhzod Usmonov. 2 elite level fighters in our bantamweight main event. Big right hand from Usmonov. Double jab right back from Richardson. On the left hand, and that's a knockdown. Actually, 2 knockdowns. Richardson dropped twice. Only 1 will count.
Richardson still a little hurt. He's got to be very careful at this point. He better grab his opponent or get on his bike and move. If he sits there and starts trading, he's in trouble.
Richardson was dropped, popped up, punch, dropped again.
The problem is, I don't know if Richardson has it in him to start grabbing his opponent. He always wants to bang.
On the entry, uppercut, big left hand, overhand right, straight right hand. Here it shows from Usmonov. Knockdown number 2.
Oh, he's waving it off.
This is over. Game, set, match, Bekhzod Usmonov.
That was unbelievable. Richardson's such a tough competitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 55 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Bekhzod, the Lion, Usmonov.
You see the legendary fight trainer Mike Winklejohn in the corner of the victor, Bekhzod Usmonov. Usmonov in our fighter meeting said Keith Richardson is at his most dangerous. The opening 30 seconds of every round, I have to be on point. On point he was. The knockdown and then the knockout. In our main event of the evening, the winner by way of round 1 KO, Bekhzod Usmonov defeats Keith Richardson.